So hey, 12 of you. So what we're going to go through today is DNA replication. Now, I know you've gone through this in the last couple days, and I'm hoping that you have a pretty good background in it. What I want to do today is kind of clarify things to make sure that we completely understand it. So in the content section, it's going to have a lecture basically. I'll have my PowerPoint slide, and I'm going to go through a video. So if you go through the content section on DNA replication, you're going to see a video that pops in. Now, it probably won't be there until I'm thinking about 10:30, 11 today. I've got to teach my first period, then I'll make that video during second period. But I'm going to upload my presentation. I'll put that right underneath here as well as in the content section. So even if you're on here this morning, before I upload my video, you can at least go through the presentation and look through the PowerPoint, and then later today or tomorrow you can watch my video of the actual lecture. Okay. The big thing with DNA replication is you really got to focus on the lagging strand, right? The leading strand is going to be pretty straightforward as long as you understand that 3' to 5' thing. If you don't understand the 3' to 5', make sure you message me. Now, the other thing that I'm going to include today along with that lecture is just a worksheet. It's basically just a DNA worksheet where you're going to have some strands and you're going to have to put the complementary strand. Now, this is a very easy thing to do, and if you were like, well, I would have liked to have numerous of these. Okay, I'm going to show you how you can do some simple things like this. Okay, and all we're going to do here is say you were like, oh, I wish I could know more about DNA replication. I'm not sure if I completely know about DNA replication. Then all you type into Google here is DNA replication worksheet, and usually I like to click the ones with answers. Right? Now in here you're going to have a whole bunch of different worksheets that kind of basically let you know whether or not you actually know the DNA replication. Sometimes we think that we know the material, but we actually don't. And it's hard to actually know, well, do I actually know about DNA replication, or do I think I know? And some of the best ways of kind of verifying that is by doing questions. And that's why teachers assign questions. It's not so that we can have a little bit of a break while you guys get working, but questions ensure that you actually truly do understand the material. Because sometimes, and it's often the case in science, where you think, oh no, I completely get it. But then they ask you a question that's not complete regurgitation. You're like, oh, I have no clue. Okay, so let's take a look at this worksheet. And you can download these at any time. So basically just ask you some questions. List some proteins, enzymes involved in the process of replication. How does replication start? Who prevents it? So if you can answer all these questions, I mean, you have a very, very good idea of what's happening during DNA replication. And if you didn't like that worksheet, if you were like, oh, this is a little bit maybe too advanced, maybe it's at the university level, then you can look up another one. And you can go to a number one. Now, why I'm showing you this is not because I'm like, I don't want to make worksheets for you guys, okay? Because I'm still going to do that. But why I'm showing you this is the next year, when you're in university, they don't give you worksheets, right? They don't give you kind of anything. They just say, here's a textbook. And sometimes we're not used to that. And we're like, well, I'd kind of like to have a worksheet that I'd like to do. Well, you can make your own up. And it's just as easy as what any teacher's doing is you go into Google or you go into any search engine and just type in the topic that you're doing and then worksheet. And usually I like to type it in with answers so that you know that you're right. Okay, so check back a little bit later today, and I'll have my video posted on the lecture, but you can review the PowerPoint slide below, and I'm also going to put it in my news feed a little worksheet as well. Okay, so have a good day.